our conversations with Coach Meade are brought to you by Troy Bank and Trust, the only bank you'll ever need. Coach, you wanted to get back to playing your style of baseball, Troy baseball, hitting the ball, pitching well, and I think you accomplished that today.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we stopped flying out oppo. Early on, the bats were slow. The approach wasn't at our standard, but Coach got a couple guys right, mid-game, which is certainly a credit to both player and coach to say, hey, we have to make an adjustment. We can't keep doing the same thing. I mean, we had, as of the fourth inning, we had 12 fly balls on the opposite side of second base for left-handed hitters. That's not good enough. And so we made the adjustment, especially, I think Brooks. We know Watts obviously had his early to the pull side, which was awesome to see. But, the one Brooks had that went way out of here to right center, I think it, set a tone. And then some other guys got some good pitches to hit in zones that they can handle the baseball. We had left a lot out there, honestly, from a base running perspective. That wasn't it wasn't a clinic that we put on. But in the end, one thing that we feel like we can have if guys stay healthy and guys perform at the level is we should have weekend depth with arms and be able to not be scratching for guys that you hope are going to perform. You feel like we have guys that can really perform, at least in the way the rotation's set at this point. And obviously Cleet and Luke were really, really good, and it was nice to see us turn a clean double play there in the ninth inning as well.
Staying with the offense for a second, we're going to talk about Cleet in detail, but you had 24 strikeouts in the first two games of the series. You struck out one time today. Got to be good from a hitting perspective. Coach Walgamot was very adamant about hitting fastballs today and making good swings. You feel like you did that today?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not rocket science. I mean, and we say this often, and we'll be wrong, some, but if you lay out a plan and the right mindset, the job is to go out and do it. And in baseball, you can't be successful every single time, but you got to understand what makes you successful. Us grinding at bats, us taking pitches that we can't handle, us spitting on pitches that are up at the shoulders, knowing what the pitcher's going to do. That's something that it allows for walks, it allows for leverage counts, and when you stay committed to that and you do it each and every time, you're going to optimize your success. And so, we finally saw what we needed to do. It's unfortunate we did in the first couple, but you have to learn from every moment and every experience. And so hopefully we did that and we can parlay that to future success.
Switching gears over to Cleet, we mentioned in our conversation before the game today that he was going to go out and compete and give you everything he's got, and he did it again, another quality Sunday outing.
Well, yeah, and I'll say things on, repeat sometimes, but it's nice when there's guys that actually want the baseball and really compete, and they throw with a little bit of, open intensity, like each and every time they, release a pitch, and I think Cleet does that. That's the reason he came here, is yearning to be able to have a high role in a really good program, and so he has that, and guys like that should be rewarded. I thought for the most part we played okay defense behind him. Outfielder got some good breaks on some couple balls, and so he was outstanding. He was throwing 4 pitches in the zone, which in the end, if you throw 4 pitches and you got enough stuff, you can generally be successful. So happy for him, and certainly happy what it did for our team today.
Kicking off a long road trip here, it makes the bus ride a little bit more tolerable on the way back when you get a Sunday win.
Yeah, I learned that 17 years ago. And it's interesting. My first year in coaching in 2008, we started off 0-7, but losses 4, 5, and 6 were here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. 2 of them being walk-offs, 1 being a walk-off on Sunday. That was not a good bus ride back to Charleston, Illinois. Now, fortunately, that team learned from it, starting 0-7, and ended up playing in the NCAA tournament in Nebraska Regional. My hope is that our team can learn from the same things and parlay that to future success that hopefully means you're playing Jude baseball.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Our